Welcome to the Raw Vegan Guru channel, where we are raising our health consciousness on the ice, one thought at a time, one action at a time, and on my channel, one meal at a time. So today's video, I thought I would talk about the importance of always reconnecting with nature and remembering that we thrive and flourish and are at our best and optimal harmony when we have this relationship with nature. And that doesn't just mean what we do in our kitchens, as that, of course, is such a primary focus of my channel and health consciousness, but it's also about connecting with yourself, having that time alone and that perspective to everything you are trying to process on a daily basis, or from the past, from history, from trauma, and from the inability to perhaps move forward. So if we are to take these steps in recalibrating, reacclimating ourselves, we will be able to shed these layers that have held us back, either physically, emotionally, spiritually, and of course energetically. So why is it important to get out into nature? Because when you're alone in nature, it's really hard to describe that the reflection that occurs and the exchange of frequency heals you. Now, another aspect of getting out into nature is the silence. We live in a world that is so chaotic, disruptive, fake, and invasive and intense that when we get out into this, it is a truth. It is something that cannot be denied, and it's surely something that won't make you unsettled or uncomfortable or uneasy, but it will actually calm you if you just release your daily thoughts and schedules, and you just allow. Now, it's very interesting that so many people on this planet are sick. And whether that's in the physical sense or the emotional sense, this is all by design. So I'm not going to get into the blame game, because if you're awake, you know what the heck's going on. But what I can tell you is they've corralled us over time, not overnight, or people would have caught on to it, but they've kept us in a lie and the deception of staying indoors, having false self-rewards like foods and entertainment, and keeping us away from the very essence of things that actually allows us to be our optimal best. So right now, I'm on this trail in the woods, and I'm at peace, and I'm getting some sun, I'm getting some fresh air, I'm getting some cardio work here. I'm definitely getting into my balance because I'm slipping and sliding with some of this ice. It's never the snow, it's more the ice. So I'm genuinely being in the moment, here and now, and I feel groovy for it. Now, the sun and the life force energy and conscious communication of intelligence, which the sun gives us, is coming closer to the earth. So what does that mean? It means that the the radiance, the ebb and flow, the life force, the power of the sun is becoming stronger. And what's interesting about that is for those who are inside watching DVDs, eating Doritos, which is fine. We all make our choices and we learn from them. I used to drink Mountain Dew and eat Doritos for lunch when I worked in an electronics store in New York. I had no clue. But what I can tell you is I didn't feel groovy then. I didn't feel like energetic. I didn't feel like, my ultimate powered self. I just was going through the motions. And that's what a lot of people are doing. And it's all understandable. We're all on our own pathway of figuring it out. But what I can tell you about the sun is as it gets closer to the earth and as the frequency and energetic shift is altered from what we have previously been dealing with for quite some time, our entire whole lives, unless you're hundreds of years old, which I know can happen, but I'm just saying if it's like, the past 50, 60, 80, maybe 20, your system is going to be affected by this. And you're going to feel the intensity of life force, of clarity, of awareness, of heightened consciousness. Now, an issue for some people, and as you may see this on the mainstream media or on the internet or whatever the heck, social media, is people are starting to lose their minds in different ways. Not everybody, but you see these instances of people throwing tantrums like children, grown adults. And you see people resorting to violence and anger and judgment so quickly and dividing where we stand as a species against each other. And all of this comes from imbalance. So what is that imbalance? Well, it's many different things. Introducing pharmaceutical chemicals to the body, sure as heck's not going to help you, since that goes against God's creation. But beside that, it's a lack of life force. A lack of life force. Why? How? Well, we're going to talk about diet, because that's always the case, and the electromagnetic frequency which you can bring into your body through your diet. And then we're going to talk about the sun. Because people are spending a majority of their lives inside, and they are not getting the sun, they are not getting the oxygen, and they're not getting the mobility and the flow of blood and the muscular actions within their system, which is a huge aspect of the overall positive, empowering human body design. So when we are under fluorescent lights, or I forget what those are called. Well, we got the LEDs. That's another story. That's a design to dismantle and destroy us on the cellular level. LEDs might last longer as a bulb. They might have positive aspects that you take for granted, but actually we should just use some old Thomas Edison light bulbs around here, because that's not invasive and giving off frequencies which are disruptive to the system. But again, it's all up against you. You just got to educate yourself and maneuver. So when we're inside and we're hanging with these fluorescent lights, and I'm a victim of that too because of the fiat currency system, economic slavery situation, it's going to slowly rob you of your life force. It's not going to reinforce your proper operating system, like your immune system and your state of mind, because the sun is giving you communication of higher source, of truth, of awareness, of questioning, of being at your healthiest best in the physical sense and also in the mental sense. So it is so important to get out into nature. And it's almost like yoga when people say, well, what do I do? How do I do it? You don't have to be a specialist. Just get outside. Just breathe, observe, listen to nature. And a lot of times that's going to be kind of quiet. And that is the best thing you can have. Because when we're in our homes and we're around other people and we're on our phones, it's all interference. It reminds me of Charlie Brown's teacher on the phone. I hear that a lot when it comes to people in our day and age. That's all I'm hearing when people tell me about TV, or they tell me about some new musician or some video game. What the heck? I'll be nice, I'll be respectful, but it makes no sense. Being out in nature, that makes sense. Eating blueberries, that makes sense. So this is just a reminder that you're going to start to shift your energetic self by getting out into nature. You don't have to do anything specific. Just be in the moment. Just take that action. Get sun. As you can see, here I am. I'm in snowland. I just got bundled up. I got my hiking stick in case I slip. And I'm loving it. The crisp cold air is hitting my lungs. I'm getting sun. I'm kind of just like reflecting with myself. And I'm thinking about how I have to trust the universe and everything that's been happening in my life as of recently. And I have to know that there's a higher purpose for me. And I have to accept all of the challenges which have come across my path in a short, quick duration of time. So instead of being a victim and reacting to this life, when I get out into nature, it really puts things in perspective, and it really brings me back to what it's all about. And it's all about self-love. It's all about questioning everything that doesn't make sense around me. It's all about taking actions that are only going to improve my state of being. It's all about affirmations and prayer and faith and love and acceptance. Reacting to others with anger or judgment or resentment or bitterness, that's only going to work against you. So when I'm out here in nature and I'm thinking of these things, I'm thinking about people, I'm thinking about experiences, I'm thinking about schedules, I'm thinking about money, because these things are a part of our human condition, I get it. But it's about how we perceive these things. It's about the ebb and flow and the response that we have. It's about our outlook. It's about our energy. And what I know is I accept everything for what it is, for its reason, even if I don't understand why it's happening. I just know I have to trust in it. And how can I be reminded of that? I don't know. How about spending time alone and in silence? How about deep breathing and meditation? How about watching some birds play and hang together, and some squirrels chasing one another, communicating in some sense, but having that ability to coexist? So if I'm not going to be able to coexist with the world around me, isn't that going to just be my own suffering? I'd say so. That's the answer to that. So even if it's only for 15 minutes is the low end of what I try to say, to get out into nature and to get some sun, because that's when you're going to absorb and you're going to process and have an impact a little bit. We need that vitamin D from the sun. Start off slow. Just make the effort. Get out there, you're already going to rule it in the kitchen if you're following my channel, because you know what's going on. You know that your diet plays a huge role in your overall being. You know that our diet can make us suffer or can make us flourish and feel super duper groovy. We know this. So if now we take other actions in our inner work practices, which is vital, I take my inner work practices very seriously. And any of my friends or people who know me, they sometimes can laugh at the fact that on my days off from the fiat slave system, it's inner work, and it's zen, and it's peace, and it's silence. And lately I've been hanging with some awesome traditional Scottish music. Why? Because it's soothing my soul. Because I'm connecting with it. Because I'm being honest. I'm releasing. I'm letting go. If you said, yo, what the heck, you're an Irishman. Yeah, well, there's got to be some Scottish in there somewhere, because I am digging the scene. I am loving the landscape. I am loving reading books about Scotland. I am like so into the music, whether it's bagpipes or it's traditional singing. It's just the vibe, the feel. How does that happen? Because I'm listening. That's how. Did I know this, 6 months ago? No. At that point, I think I was hanging out with what was going down then. I mean, of course, we always had Middle Eastern. Oh, I think I had Iranian traditional music and classical Indian music. So, but that's been for a long time. Anyway, I'm just saying it's an evolution. And how does this all occur? By allowing and listening. That's not going to happen if I'm on a computer watching Netflix supporting a satanic demon system. It's going to happen by connecting with God's source, truth, and taking in light, because light is the quadrant that is going to ascend my consciousness and my soul. So this is just a little friendly reminder to get out into nature. Look at this little stream here. It's trickling. I love the sound of that. Right here. I love it. I could just sit here and meditate. That might be the jam. But where's my son? I think I got into a little tree cover. So just remember, don't get hard on yourself. You can take all of the actions and steps you need to take one small step at a time. But get out into nature, incorporate your raw, whole, organic foods. Before I got out here today, I ate a banana and a pint of blueberries, and I am feeling groovy, centered, and at peace. And I'm loving myself, and I'm forgiving others who have loved me, and who have left me, and who have complimented me, and who have insulted me. All of it blends together. Where are you going to be at? Try your best. Sometimes it's a challenge. But try to be in peace. Try to be in love. Try to be in self-care. And try to be in the recognition of what your needs are. And I think that if you really listened, a lot of times you would see that your needs are just to be left alone and to be alone and to relax and to do what's in your heart. So right now, I'm doing what's in my heart and I'm loving it. I'm coming up to a sunspot here, so I think I'm going to stop and focus in, get a little pineal gland activation, get a little warmth on that third eye, because that's what we all need. We all need to be aware that this life isn't about what they told us or they showed us. It's about so much more. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos and being on my YouTube channel. I'm also on Rumble. I'm on Instagram. I don't dig it all the time. I gotta separate myself from it. But I'm just trying to connect with the world to let people know that they can live their optimal best lives. They can live in tranquility, and they can live without fear and in that peace. So it's all about just taking little steps each day at a time. And it all begins with the mind and shifting what we're thinking, so then we can manifest and put that into the action of reality. So thank you so much for spending this little hike and walk with me today. And I hope you have a blessed day and you feel really super groovy. Take care of yourself. Thanks again. Bye.